Hello everyone, this is H the Husky here, and we are in the ace match of our showmanship series. It went 2-0 to Europe and then 2-0 to Team America, and so spawning on the left side is going to be Team Europe, and on the right side is Team America. I do want to mention, go check out our sponsor, Tagalicious. There will be a link down in the below bar thing. Definitely go click on it, check it out while this game is getting underway. And I do want to mention this is a shared base map, which we could possibly know what that means as this game gets going underway. Anyways, I'm going to hand it off to HD. How you doing, man? And I can't believe that this is tied up.
I'm so excited that both these teams, Team America and Team Europe, are finally here in the Ace Match series. I honestly didn't think that the players would make it this far. I thought for sure, since it's a 2v2, rushes happen all the time, I thought for sure the games were going to end really fast. And on top of that, I thought the games were going to be 3-0 or maybe 3-1 or something like that. But we are here in the Ace Match, and of course the players did agree to play out all 5 games, but they might have not tried as hard as they would have had it gone to a 5th game. But hey, it is in the Ace Match. Money is on the line, and I can't wait to see who's going to win this game. And as Husky said, do check out our sponsor down below if you haven't already. It's an awesome product, a new product, something different from iRip, so another website for you guys to crash if that's what you guys like to do. So definitely go check it out.
Okay, so we got to mention that Artosis is being the Zert player, which means they cannot wall off this entire choke. If you can take a look at one of the chokes right now, you can actually wall off between the 2 ramps actually pretty easily. As you can see, there's almost already a completed wall over here from Genro and TLO. So are we going to see the same thing where TLO is spoon-fed by Genro all his extra money and gas? Or are they going to play it more standard, where they basically build up their own armies and try and micro again, like with each other? I'm curious to see if they're gonna do the new tactic, and if they do the same tactic they did. I'm curious if it can work, if it'll work twice.
Well, I think they might have the option of going for that old tactic where they spoon feed the money, like you said, to TLO and have basically have Jinro grab all the expansions. Did we just see a pylon get canceled there? I think QXC actually put a pylon up and then canceled it, not quite sure. But basically, Jinro is going to grab both these expansions if they go for that build. But the critical thing is that this time, I think Artosis is going to be prepared. They have scouted out the fact that they are walling off, and I think this time Artosis is going to have some units of his own to support the attack and defend should a massive Protoss ball come steamrolling their way.
It's really important to mention that because, yeah, before he didn't actually have anything because they had a miscommunication there. And so they are getting pretty good scouting in, but now the wall-in is up. Really liberal use of bunkers here from Genro in every single one of the games. He really does like those bunkers, and they're basically free. I mean, you have to pay for them at first, but then you can salvage them for the cost at any time. So I think good use there. And they're very strong. They have 400 HP compared to 350 at the supply depot, and we have seen Baneling Nest a lot here from Artosis, and look at this, no surprise, a Baneling Nest once again from Artosis.
Ooh, so it looks like we might see some kind of a Baneling bust happen here now. It looks like every game Artosis and QXC have gone for Baneling bust. QXC also throwing down the proxy pylon so that he can warp in some more units to support after the Banelings bust through. But the thing is, this time it's a shared base map. Both players having a nice depth of buildings here, and really there's no building that the Banelings can easily bust through. I guess the easiest one would be the bunker, but 400 HP is still a lot of health to break through, and if they're going to try to do this bust, it's going to have to be really soon if they want to make this happen. And look at this, Jinro grabbing both the expansions. So we are going to see the build where Jinro gets all the money and then transfers it over to TLO so that TLO can make all the Protoss fighting units.
Oh, their wall-ins are so good in 2v2. I mean, look at this. Even throwing down another bunker. The weak spot now is that one bunker kind of in the center, but even that can just get force-fielded off anyways. So I don't know that this early Baneling bust is going to work. I mean, he got the Baneling Nest. I can only assume he's going to start making some Banelings pretty soon to try and end this right now. Or maybe they realize they can't actually break that down effectively. So it looks like this game is going to have to go into a macro game. I mean, they do still have some units out here in the center for Team America. Don't think it's going to be enough to break that down. I'm curious to see, but I don't know. I think if it goes into the mid game, they may suffer the same feat with the mass amount of units. But I just hope that Artosis doesn't stick with mass circling like he's been doing.
Yeah, I think Artosis is kind of debating right now. They're definitely talking over Skype or Vent or what have you. trying to say, hey, should we do it or should we not? I'm kind of dancing around with my Zerglings. I'm thinking about it, but it's a close call. Look at this, so the Stalkers might actually take down this gateway, which then would open up a very fragile opening for Banelings should Artosis go for Banelings, but no, Artosis has not been morphing Banelings in, and look at that, another bunker coming up from behind to support that wall. The gateway goes down, but there's yet again another bunker for them to bust through. But hey, QXC is blasting away gateways, and the Cybernetics core could possibly go down as well. And if this Cyber core goes down, that's definitely going to delay that massive gateway push, because we're not going to see any sentries or stalkers.
They could potentially run in here. I do, though, like the positioning of the Little One sentries on this ramp, because that is the vulnerable part of this wall in, and he's just going to, hey man, force field it straight up and have no trouble. And so they did knock down that wall just a little bit, and I don't think it's going to be enough quite yet, though. So Artosis, I'm surprised, hasn't secured his own expansion. He's actually getting a Spire, but before it's even at 100 HP, it does get scanned. So we should see missile turrets going down from Jinro, as he should actually cover both bases with those missile turrets. And so I don't know how effective a Mutalisk is going to be, and I'm waiting for, basically at this point, the Little One to throw down a massive amount of gateways, and they should be pushing out her pretty soon. Is Blink done for these Stalkers? Not quite yet, so they can't get up on that high ledge. So he is going to harass some pylons here, though. But I mean, basically, Jinro and the Little One had no map control, but I really don't think they need it on these shared base maps.
They don't need it because they're able to get all the expansions they need just off of inside their own base. Each of them able to access one expansion each. And look at all these gateways that the Little One is throwing down. He is throwing down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more gateways. He's about to have like 7 or 8. That is a lot of gateways that you can transform into a quick warp gate. I also like how Jinro is throwing up these turrets wherever he can, but this turret is going to get taken out. These turrets are going to help to defend against the Mutalisks should they come, but look at QXC sniping off whatever turret he can, and that Changeling is providing the spotting for those Stalkers, so this turret is going to get taken out. Meanwhile, the Zerglings actually surrounding a lot of the Little One's forces at the front door. The Sentry force field's a little bit misplaced, but it doesn't matter, just not enough links to break out that force.
Wow, the Little One only lost 2 units there. Artosis losing over 20, so definitely not worth it at that stage of the game. And yeah, I'm really surprised that Jinro put the missile turrets all the way at the very edge of the map. Usually you want to just keep them by your workers and by your production buildings to keep them safe. So I'm not sure exactly why he did that. Ended up costing him a little bit in the minerals, because I mean, missile turrets aren't free. But with all these gateways now, oh, this is when the build order starts to kick in here. They were able to hold up their wall as long as possible, and so now they're just going to rush towards maxed out and push out whenever they feel most comfortable.
Yeah, look at the money for Jinro. He's really low. He's doing well. He's keeping it as low as possible, and that's because he's just sending it straight over to the Little One, and the Little One army reflects that. Currently at 88 supply. That is a huge army for only 11 minutes in the game. QXC, on the other hand, only at a measly 63. The Zerg Artosis at only 49. Oh my goodness, if they should push out right now, that could do a lot of damage. Artosis trying to ring around the rosy with these Mutalisks to do some damage, but the Little One already there to defend his base and possibly defend any other base that should come under attack. And I think we're just waiting for TLO to get his upgrades and researches done. He is researching Blink on the